Welcome to a guide for using Zotero citation management software for John Abbott College. It's in 5 sections: how to download references from the catalog, article databases, and web, put them into your Word document, and how to work off campus with the references. The first thing you have to do is double-click on Firefox browser, and from the John Abbott site, you click on Library Media Services to go to the library homepage. You go up to the top and you click on the Z for Zotero, and that's going to open up Zotero in the bottom half of your browser screen. That's where you'll save your references. And on the top you have the library catalog. We're going to do an example in sociology. So we'll create a folder where we'll store all relevant articles for this assignment. This helps keep things organized. Then I carry out my search in the library catalog. We're going to give an example of cyberbullying, and you can spell that as all one word or as 2 separate words, cyber and bullying. So in the second case we put it in quotation marks. You get a set of results after you click on the search, and you have to go through these results. And within these results, you're going to select a number of items. We're going to select the first one, and the third one, and the 7th one. So this is after you've looked at the documents and decided they're actually relevant for your paper. So all I'm doing here is I'm highlighting the ones that we're going to select. Okay, you don't have to do that. I'm just pointing it out for this demo. So what you can do now is click on the folder icon at the top in the location bar, and you click on the 1st, the 3rd, and the 7th, and click OK. And those 3 items are going to be saved as citations in your Zotero personal database. So that's the first step. Now we're going to find articles on the topic that we're interested in searching, cyberbullying. So you click on Search for Articles from the library main page. And for this example, we're going to choose Academic Search Complete as our journal's article database. And we'll enter our search terms, cyberbullying, and we'll just go BULL asterisk to pick up bullies or bullying. And we'll also do it as a phrase in quotation marks. So we can pick up all the different ways that we can find those terms in the literature. We'll click on the search icon, and we get quite a large set of results. The first thing we want to do is limit it to things that are full text that we can actually read on the screen. And we also want to limit it to scholarly or peer-reviewed articles. And we can limit it to the most recent 5 years of articles, the latest research. And that will reduce the set. Now what you should do is scan through the results, and based on the title and the abstract and so on, decide which ones are most relevant to your assignment. So it's a case of reading the articles and determining how relevant they are. In this particular situation, we're going to take the 2nd and 4th ones as examples. So we clicked on that file folder at the top, and then we selected the 2nd and 4th. And if you look on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that it is now saving the results. This may take several seconds. And when it's finished, you will see that they will be entered in the list at the bottom of the page. So now you can see they've added to the entire set. In addition to finding articles, you can also search for web pages. So we'll go to Google and we'll search for cyberbullying on the BBC website. So you put cite:/bbc.com. And it brings up a set of results. You go through them and decide which ones are most relevant to what you're interested in for your paper. And you have a good look at them, you read the articles, and decide whether they're relevant. In this example here, we'll take the first result. So you have to read the article and decide whether you want to include it, what information you're going to include. Up at the top, there's a triangle, blue triangle. Wait for another icon to appear, the paper icon. And when you click on that, it will save this BBC webpage down into your list below. There it is. Now, we've gathered various sources of information into our Zotero database. We went into the library catalog. We found some books and ebooks on cyberbullying, and they've been added to our Zotero list. We then went to search for articles, academic search complete, and we found a couple of reference articles, research articles on this topic. And the last thing we did was we went on Google and we found some references on the BBC website, of which one we saved to our Zotero database. Now you want to write your paper with these results. So this is your sociology essay. You start typing it, and in the introduction or some area you may want to review the literature. You can make some general statements, but everything else, facts that you report, if it's not your own idea or own facts, you have to identify where the information was obtained from. That's what the citation's about. So each of these sentences, you have to say, where did you get that information? And you're going to put it as in-text citations at the end of each sentence, just before the period. So we put a space there, and we click on add-ins up at the top in Word. And the first thing we do is you click on the second rightmost icon, and it says, okay, what style format for citations do you want to include? And the one that we're going to pick is APA, American Psychological Association. And you click on OK. Now what we're going to do is decide which references we're going to include. So to do that, you click on the leftmost icon and click Classic View. And for that first sentence, you have to identify which source you obtained that information. You go through the list and click the one that's important to you, and then click OK. And it automatically inserts it as an APA format citation in cite reference. And you repeat the process for all of the other statements that are not your own ideas. Z, classic view, and select the appropriate item. This was a book that we found in the library catalog. And then we also mentioned a website from the BBC. Z, classic view, and select the BBC webpage. So we'll insert an in-text citation for it. And here's a couple more, fourth and fifth. So just remember, everything that you cite that's not your own, make sure that you report where you found it. So these are the in-text citations. And that's all of the ones that we included in our example searches. When you're finished writing your paper, you have other things to do. And these icons up here are all the options that you have for Zotero add-ins. You write your conclusion, and then you create a bibliography or a list of all the citations in their full format so someone can look them up if they wanted to find more information. We go back up to the top on the Zotero add-ins, and we pick the third from the left. This is to insert a bibliography. And when you click on that, all of the in-text citations are automatically listed in APA format. And you should make sure that the format does conform to what is required by John Abbott. You only need to look at this section of the video if you plan to use Zotero off campus. If you want to work on your student assignments on Word and on the web from a laptop or at your home computer. So well, I'm going to basically review what we've done so far in this tutorial. We did a search in the library catalog for books on cyberbullying. We opened up the Zotero browser and we downloaded 3 books and ebooks. We then went to search for articles, and we went into Academic Search Complete, and we downloaded a couple of citations to relevant research articles on this topic. And lastly, we went to a web page. We then went into Word, and we wrote our paper, and we inserted citations using the add-ins and the leftmost icon for Zotero, and inserted them automatically at the ends of the sentences as in-text citations. And then we went to the bibliography at the very end, and the Zotero will automatically insert it with the third icon on the left, all of the in-text citations in the proper format. Just a reminder that you should check to make sure it is correct format for your course. Now, if you do want to use it on a computer outside of the John Abbott network, first thing you're going to do is go to zotero.org, zoter.org, and you're going to have to do a couple of things here. You're going to have to install Firefox on your home computer if you don't have it already. That's a Firefox web browser. And you're going to have to download a couple of pieces of software from Zotero. So you click on Download Now, click on Zotero for Firefox, and also the Word add-in. You have to install those on your local computer, wherever you want to do your work off campus. You also have to register for a free Zotero account. Click on Register up at the top. Enter an email address, a web email address, and it's free to do that. And you can save up to 300 megabytes of information in your Zotero account. Above that, you have to pay. Then go to Login and type in the account that you just registered for. Now, you see on the top, there are no references. You haven't uploaded your local references from John Abbott College into the cloud, into the Zotero server. So that's what you need to do. The first thing you're going to do is click on that gear icon, and you're going to remove a couple of checkboxes. You're going to uncheck automatically take snapshots when creating items and automatically attach PDFs. This is going to considerably conserve space of your 300 megabyte allocation if you don't save web pages and you don't save PDFs, the article full text. You're just going to save the citations. Then what you do is you're going to go up to the top again, and you're going to click on the sync icon, and you're going to enter the account that you just created for your Zotero. So the local Zotero knows where to upload your results. Now we're all set to upload. You go to that icon on the right side, which is green, and it's going to upload them to your Zotero space. So you click on it. This can take several seconds or minutes depending on how many references you have to upload. So basically what you're doing here is you're saving them to the space. If you see when it's finished it doesn't upload, click on the recycle or restore, refresh icon on the Zotero browser, and you should see all of the references that you uploaded. Then when you're on your home computer, the bottom half is going to be blank. You log into Zotero at the top, and you click the upload or download or sync icon on the bottom right again, and it will transfer all of your references from the Zotero cloud down to your local system.